Inauguration happened just a couple of days before the Ram Temple inauguration, the Pran Pratishtha that happened in Ayodhya. Suddenly, a lot of it came into focus. I want to ask you, of course, you may say that the timing was not in the same manner, but was it just coincidence that also happened in January, this also happened in January?
To be honest, we wanted to complete this temple project in 2023 January. There was a Supreme Court case which went on for 6 months, 8 months or so. That's how it got delayed. Otherwise, our target was 2023, we were planning to finish the temple project. It's only because of the Supreme Court case it got delayed. After the case was disposed, there were vested interest groups who didn't want this project to happen. There were political leaders who didn't want this project to happen. They all thought that Naveen Patnaik will get name or Naveen Patnaik is doing for elections. Actually, Naveen Patnaik doesn't have to do anything like this for elections. He wins otherwise also.
Yeah, he's not a political temple goer.
Absolutely.
Right?
In fact, he took such a big risk when everyone explained to him the risk involved. He never thought about a political mileage out of this. He wanted people of Odisha to remember him for creating this parikrama all surrounding, and he didn't want a legacy issue to continue on. As people say, 24 years, generally kings, emperors, those time people used to get that kind of a tenure. In democracy, it's very difficult for a leader to get this kind of a tenure, 25 years. So when he took oath for the 5th term, he was very moved, he was very emotional, and he decided that, Mr. Pandian, let's list out all the legacy issues of the state. People of the state have been so good to me. I have to finish all the legacy issues of the state. People won't forgive me or history won't judge me properly if I still leave legacy issues. We listed all the legacy issues and went one after another. This, I won't say it as a legacy issue, but this had huge challenges. As the Raja of Puri mentioned, 500 years nobody has done anything substantial for the temple. It was Naveen Patnaik who did. He risked his political career and he did this. He didn't do it for political mileage. It's not that you are going to construct something new in a fresh place. This is a temple in which so much people of faith is there, and one step going wrong, your politics is over and your government will fall. That's what people said.
The buzzword in Odisha is about this 5T, which is the Charter of Governance, which has transparency, technology, teamwork, time leading, and transformation. Of course, in the state, everybody knows about it. But I also want to know how this was put into action when you did the Jagannath temple, and was it just for that temple, or did you use this technology and teamwork regarding other mutts also?
This 5T is a governance principle of the Chief Minister. He deploys this in every public service. And one classic example you can say is Jagannath temple renovation or any major project where every process is transparent. Teamwork, the Chief Minister means is involve the community, involve all the stakeholders here, Sevayats, local people, political leaders. Take everyone along and make it their own project, make them own the project. That is teamwork. And then he fixes always time. In government, generally, we don't give value to time. There is no time audit. He introduced the concept of time audit for projects. If it is 3 years, you have to complete it in 3 years. If it is 6 months, you have to complete in 6 months. Otherwise, accountability will be fixed. If you do it well, you will be rewarded. If you don't do it in time, you will face the consequences. So that is the time, the seriousness of time he inculcated in all of us.
And all the other temples, or any other than the Jagannath Puri temple, what were the others?
There is Ma Sammalai temple in the west, in Sambalpur. That also got hugely renovated now. The Honorable Chief Minister dedicated it some time back, a week back. In addition to that, every major temple in the state is getting renovated. The state will be renovating about 10,000 temples in the state. We are planning to apply for Guinness record.
Amazing.
In addition to that, if I may say, so many churches and so many mosques and so many gurudwaras are also being renovated. This is a time in which so many religious institutions have got a fresh lease of breath thanks to the support given by the state and the chief minister.
The spiritual governance which you were
Yes,
talking
the
about.
spiritual governance.
Right.
And going to the Puri temple, one of the biggest criticism which we faced was that the mutts are getting demolished. That was being politically raised to stall the project. And it was used to create agitation amongst the people minds that mutts are being broken or age-old mutts are being disturbed, destroyed. But actually, the mutts are covered with commercial establishments. They had lodges, they had shops, they had mandaps, commercial activity. So the government only removed the commercial part of the mutt and compensated them very handsomely. And earlier how the mutts used to look and now how the mutts used to look, they got a chance to breathe fresh air now. That's how I put it. In fact, for one of the mutt, which is called the Mangu mutt, this mutt, the case went up to Supreme Court. The then Chief Minister of Punjab wrote to our Chief Minister, and there were delegations from SGPC and others who came. So we explained to them the present mutt, the Mangu mutt, where Guru Nanak used to stay there and meditate looking at the Lord Jagannath temple. The mutt was actually surrounded by shops, and one of the shop ka septic tank, the toilet was above the Garbhagriha of the mutt. I'll show you photographs. Okay. That was the stage in which it was. In fact, we showed this photo and video to Supreme Court. When the case went to Supreme Court, they claimed that the Mangu mutt, which is a religious symbol, is being destroyed. It was not.
Sacred to the Sikhs
Absolutely,
as well, not
absolutely,
just Hindus.
absolutely. So we removed everything, and the Mangu mutt looks so beautiful now. In fact, all the mutts look like real mutts. The commercial portion is removed, and they have started breathing again. They look like mutts. That divine atmosphere is something to be seen, to be believed. Maybe tomorrow you'll see that. Okay. We'll show you the before photos and the after photos.
Right. It's a fifth term where he wants all legacy issues to be done. And in that term comes a pandemic.
Absolutely.
So tell me, what were the challenges you faced? Because you are putting his ideas and his thing into, fruition. So what were the challenges you faced? Did you tell him that, listen, there's a pandemic, so let's do this next term?
The temple project? No. We were very clear in what all needs to be done, and he doesn't believe in postponing things at all. He knows the timing, and he was very clear in what all needs to be done. In fact, pandemic also, we were one of the best states in handling the pandemic.